Planktons R Us by Douglas Shaw. I attend Great Science Academy at the Great Lakes Science Center. We are working on building an underwater robot called the Sea Perch. We also have bottle biomes that we are experimenting with. I have a fish in mind. This past class, we got to meet a scientist that went to the Arctic and studied plankton. Here is what I learned.
Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. Okay, here is another video from me, and you are probably wondering what this is. Here, I'll give you a close-up of it. Well, what it is a plankton. If you like SpongeBob, you know what plankton are, but they don't look exactly like that in the ocean. Well, each plankton is different in size and shape and everything. So, here we go. This is my plankton. And then, at the Great Science Academy, I actually learned that, jellyfish can be considered plankton too. Even though many plankton are small in size, jellyfish are plankton. Also, I learned that, plankton are very different, very, unique. And some are, simple and complex, and then some are complex and simple. So, here we go, my plankton. Well, right here, we have the tentacles. They are pipe cleaners, obviously. And then right here, we have the shell, which is obviously a piece of styrofoam. So, first of all, its three main predators are whale sharks, whales, and giant, bigger plankton, obviously. Oh, and you wouldn't call one plankton a plankton, you would just call it a plankter, because a plankter refers to one plankton, a plankton refers to a group of plankter. So, okay, so, those are the three main predators for my plankter. So, how it avoids its predators? Well, what it does if it sees a rock formation is it swims down to the rock formation, puts its shell into the rock and acts as seaweed or coral, whatever you want to call it. And then another way it gets away from predators is it squirts this poisonous ink that if it goes in the eyes, it makes the predator completely blind for the rest of the predator's life, if I can only talk today, guys. And then it, how it catches its prey. Well, it swims down into the rock again and acts as coral or seaweed, and the prey will come swim by its little tentacles. Well, there will be this suction cuppy little sticky material on the tentacles, so when the prey gets caught on one of the tentacles, it gets sucked into a mouth right here under the tentacles. So like right here, kind of. And it gets eaten. So that's how it eats its prey. Well, it is a marine plankton, so it needs to come out of the water to get air. And it normally lives in tropical areas. So if in the tropical area the water freezes over in the winter, it uses its shell to ram the ice, and then when it breaks the ice, it jumps out of the ice, gets air, and jumps back in. And then another thing about my plankton, if it dies, it floats to the bottom of the ocean, and then after that, what it does is some of its tentacles come off, and the tentacles, they can grow new limbs and new bodies and make new generations of this plankton. I also call it a coral quarry, and this is actually pretty cool because I made it pretty simple. Just got a bunch of pipe cleaners, stuck them on a piece of styrofoam. Yeah, easy. So, if you want to make some plankton, just go to the store, get some obvious materials, and connect them.
In these two pictures, I am holding Penny. She is a copperhead-headed snake. Well, this expert on snakes from Stone Lab came to GSA and showed us 3 snakes. And I got to hold 2 snakes, and one of them was Penny. Okay, the picture to the left is actually me working on my bottle biome, and then the picture to the right is actually me and my class destroying a city. And why were we destroying the city with cocoa and other various materials? Well, we were experimenting with pollution and what would happen when it rains and what would happen to all the pollution. So we used green Kool-Aid powder for the fertilizer, cocoa for the sewage and the oil, and then paper for trash, and yeah, that's pretty much it.